Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to have a look at what the perfect negotiation process looks like and which skills are needed to achieve the deal results you have been dreaming of. First, you will learn which steps are part of an effective negotiation process. Next, we will take a look at which skills are needed to make sure you are in the driving seat to our great negotiation results. Are you looking for a set of powerful skills that will help you make better deals? Great! In this lesson, we'll discuss the most powerful ones that have a direct impact on your deal results. Let's get started. The team of Procurement Tactics divided the negotiation process and its key categories into 5 pillars. The first is preparation and planning, negotiation preparation skills. The second is opening your negotiation and content-related negotiation skills. Number 3 is analysis and influencing. Number 4, negotiation deal-making skills. And number 5, of course, closure. Step 1 of the process is preparation and planning, having negotiation preparation skills. We taught you the most important things of this first step in the module where you have formed your negotiation strategy, so we won't dive into much detail in this lesson. Just as a reminder, this stage of the pre-negotiation process involves preparation and planning. The most important thing in this step when preparing for a negotiation is to gather as much information as possible. Every negotiation process starts with preparation, followed by conducting a sharp strategy, and last but least, the negotiation itself. The second step is to open your negotiation in the right way and to make sure you have the right content-related skills ready. We will dive into how to open the negotiation later in this module, but for now, we will point out the most important content-related skills you should have when entering any negotiation. The first is financial. Having financial expertise in your negotiation will help you to create a deal that fits your strategic goals. For example, knowing the unit economics of your business case helps you understand whether you should focus on a low unit price or fast delivery time. Having financial skills will enable you to use your BATNA better. The second is legal skills. When your negotiations are reaching the final phase, it's smart to include a legal analyst to cover all legal aspects of your deal. That being said, in many negotiations, the legal terms have a significant impact on the deal. In that situation, it's best to be aware of the legal terms right from the start. If you've got any legal expertise yourself, that's even better. The third step is analysis and influencing. After you or the other party has started the negotiation with the opening bid, it's time to start the actual negotiation. Skills that are needed in this phase are questioning and listening, stating your needs and expectations, listening to the other party, taking in extra information, and finally, confirming any key issues to be agreed upon. You can influence your negotiation in many ways, and we will point out some of the most important ones. Let's start by pointing out 2 observational negotiation skills. The first is active listening. Active listening, isn't just listening to what the other says, it's actively involving and paying full attention to what someone has to say. Active listening is a great skill to have, as it will give the speaker the feeling his words matter. This will make the other person more honest, open, and willing to cooperate. You can train active listening by maintaining eye contact, saying yes or nodding when the other party is open to talking. The second is body language. Listening to what your negotiation opponent has to say isn't the only way to absorb information. Having the skills to detect body language has been proven to be just as powerful. For example, your negotiation opponent might say he's got offers lined up from your competitors. However, when paying close attention, you notice that he's scratching his neck and his nose when talking about the other offers. This could indicate he's uncertain about the other offers, or perhaps he's even lying. Interpersonal negotiation skills are also very important. Building a connection is the process of connecting or creating a relationship with someone. It's typically referred to as getting along. Building a connection is something you can develop. It's a great skill for any negotiation, as your opponent will be more likely to meet your needs. The third way to influence negotiations effectively is through verbal communication. Being able to communicate verbally will go a long way when it comes to effective negotiating. By communicating effectively, you'll notice the negotiation process will be smoother and involve less friction. Problem solving, it starts with identifying and deconstructing the problem. We will dive into this further later in this module. Last but not least is assertiveness. Being assertive is usually referred to as being able to stand up for your rights in a calm and gentle way. Negotiators who are assertive are able to communicate their wishes without making others upset or becoming upset themselves. The skill of being assertive will help a lot during negotiations. It's an essential skill during the heat of a negotiation, and we will teach you all about how to influence the other party in the negotiations later in this module. The fourth step is making the actual deal. After the phase of analysis and influencing, it's time to work towards a deal. Skills that are needed in this last phase are dealing with high-pressure situations, debating the most important issues, bargaining, implementing your negotiation strategy and tactics, trading variables, and decision-making. We will dive into tactics later, but for now, let's focus on the other variables I just mentioned. Dealing with high-pressure situations is the first. As a procurement manager, you'll find yourself negotiating big deals frequently. A price difference of only 2% on a total deal could easily implicate millions of dollars. In my time as a procurement manager for a supermarket, I could experience pressure from my negotiation opponent, my boss, my colleagues, and my competitors. A lot of heat in some moments from a lot of possible angles. I managed to keep the pressure as low as possible to make sure I updated all my stakeholders before and after any negotiation to make them part of the process and possible challenges. Being able to stay calm and keep making the right decisions is critical for a successful career in deal making. Decision making is also very important. As a negotiator, you'll find yourself making decisions on a regular basis. Being able to make good decisions will go on a long way when it comes to making great deals. Here's what the average decision-making process looks like. First, define the problem or the opportunity. Then come up with a list of possible solutions. Evaluate each option by listing the numbers, pros, cons, and in the end, make a decision and deal towards your desired result. As said before, I recommend you to make internal stakeholders part of the problem and consult them to find the best possible solution. The fifth step is the closure of the deal. The final step in any negotiation might be the most boring one, but it's also the most dangerous one. It's in the final phase when you and your negotiation counterpart are most likely more exhausted than at the start, when the biggest mistakes happen. I will teach you later how to use this to your advantage. In the final step of the negotiation process, you will work on closing the deal, wrapping up what has been being agreed upon, confirming the next steps and any follow-ups, and finally, signing the paperwork. And that's it. In this lesson, you'll learn the ideal process of any negotiation built by the team of Procurement Tactics. In the next lessons of this module, we are going to teach you step by step how to open your negotiation, how to analyze and influence your negotiation counterpart, which negotiation deal-making skills you should get used to, and we'll wrap up by discussing how to close your negotiation. Everything we will discuss in the following lessons on one simple goal. Make sure you achieve the deal results you have been dreaming of.